Try to a channel of light fluid. Welcome back to Eden's Reach. It's been a while since we've been hanging out with the crowd here, but it's nice to be back here. And if you remember, they were off onto Adrian's first mission. So let's see how that's going for him. Benji presses the button near the car's wheel, its systems activating all at once. Hard light panels just above our head, as well as neon linings on the sides and corners, light up. Facial recognition. Benjamin Corvus. Running GA reconfirmation algorithm. The AI's voice was near perfect in mimicking an actual person's, save for the few imperfections of cyberized tonality. Driver module confirmed. Preferred settings activated. Running passenger identification procedure. The panel in the middle lights up. Electrical beeps in quick succession, signalling procedures starting and finishing in the blink of an eye. Current passengers' identities confirmed. Oswald Aloysius and Adrian Bayani. I pay the AI little to no minds. It just so happens to invade my personal information. After all, I've been getting my fair share of that over the past week or so. I look outside the window to my right instead, seeing Benji slowly drive out of the driveway and into the road. Alright, hope you guys had your bathroom breaks. This is a one-way trip until we get the job done. Benji steps on the pedal harder, accelerating the car. I take a deep breath, letting myself get comfortable for how long this ride's going to take. As a raccoon driver turns around the block, I take a glance at Oswald in the back seat. His eyes are closed. By the looks of it, he's anything but worried. Quite the opposite, actually. He's eerily relaxed, almost like he's dozing off. A deafening silence fills the car, underlined only by the muffled hum of the engine. Hey, Benji. Yeah, but? He doesn't break eye contact from the road. I point timidly toward the radio between us. Alright, I've got you one of those musically inclined folk. He turns it on before letting me choose the music. All yours, DJ. I quickly take my phone and scan it on the radio. Corvus recognizes my playlist, cueing it onto the system as the back of the car lights up. Sound system enabled. Current playlist, Chill Lo-Fi Beats to Save the World To, by Adrian. I quickly get flustered as the robotic voice says the name of the playlist, the raccoon chuckling in response. Real smooth, hotshot. Tunes ain't got a bad start either. I nodded him before looking out of the window beside me, watching the car move towards the main road, Sora Boulevard, which means one thing. We're in Midtown now. The road from here on out is pretty straight from what I remember, though the Skyway to Uptown isn't. I never really had a reason to go there, seeing as it was a hub for celebrities and other rich people who want a gated community. I've certainly never felt an ounce of belonging there, but it never really bothered me. Well, up until now, that is. It's pretty good music, Adrian. You make it yourself. Yeah, I did. This was music I just recycled for an old college project. It's not my best work, if I'm being honest. You kidding? If you need a more objective scale, you got old Grumpy Pants behind us lightening up a bit. I look behind us, the Oswald expression indeed softening, like he's in a daze. Mind you, the sound system's closer to him too. You're pretty talented though, all things considered. My mood lights up from Benji's compliment. Thanks. That means a lot, you know. Don't mention it. Out of everything I thought I'd lose, sharing my music was the most painful thing to lose in my old life. I'm glad that, in some semblance or another, I get to keep doing it, even if it's for a smaller audience. I see the sun getting ready to set to that amazing golden hour experience. A wave of nostalgia hits me. To have seen it again after so many months of living in the city hasn't made me appreciate it any less than I have the first time I saw it. Just as I eagerly stare at the sun from the tinted window, the car quickly rises onto the skyway, slightly obscuring it as lampposts and fences get in the way. I sigh as we enter into a tunnel, small bulbs of light guiding the way to the road. While Benji's headlights lit up a few meters in front of us, for the most part it was mostly darkness. The faint rumbling of the wheels across the asphalt road echo in my ears, lulling me into a short, drowsy feeling, urging me to close my eyes. As I do so, the sounds around me phase out, save for the music playing. I slowly imagine myself floating on the beach, just letting my worries wash away with the waves. The distant sea echoes with the music, making my body feel lighter. I imagine the cool breeze that comes with the crashing waves. I never did make the most out of the beach of Bayline City, huh? Just letting nature envelop me with my own personal touch of music. A glimmer of light pierces my blackened vision. I gradually come to from my daydream as the light at the end of the tunnel gleams and blinds the exit point, its orange hue clear to see. We pass through the exit, and a most magnificent sight greets us. I've never seen Bayline City from here. The sun sets exactly in its golden position, almost making the city look like it's made out of gold. The waves' ebb and flow is clear in view from here, and the rustling of the bushes and trees by the cliffside make for a home. My home. What do you think, Hotshot? Take the sunset in. You'll be fighting for it soon enough. That's right. I am fighting for this sunset, for the calming breeze and the rolling waves. This place is my home, the home that I thought I lost. Now it's the home I'll fight to protect. It doesn't take long for us to pass the arch welcoming us to Uptown. This district's notoriously closed off to the rest of the populace, since a lot of celebrities and businessmen are known to hang around or just straight up live here. That doesn't stop the paparazzi's drones, though. The swarm of them zoom past us towards where I can assume is the building with the spotlights lighting up the growing night sky. It's already started. We'll be right on time. Benji opens up his headlights as the night grows, though the streetlights were in no short supply on the road to Uptown. A bit more of a drive goes on before the building comes into view. We don't need to get any closer to see how fancy it looks on the outside. These Reachis love to reflect themselves in everything around them, huh? Benji mumbles under his breath as a scowl forms on his face, his hands tensing on the wheel. Literally perfect on the outside, absolutely shitty on the inside. I stay silent as the music dies down. The mood's definitely gone down with it. I guess this is just what's bound to happen, considering what we're about to do. As we start the infrastructure mixing with the local greenery, Oswald begins fiddling with his glowing tattoo, breaking the hard light illusion which melds with his rolled back sleeve. I guess I need to get ready too. I do have to keep a lookout for Benji and Oswald after all. You mind if I do a comms check, Benji? The raccoon gives me a thumbs up before I activate the interface. It quickly scans for Benji and Oswald's phones, connecting the three devices. Neural link established. Well, time to see if this works. Test? Hear you loud and clear, Hotshot. Pretty wacky tech. Fine on my end. Their voices echo in my head, but it's otherwise pretty clear. That's pretty trippy. Benji's ears twitch, likely because of the sound check. He sighs in annoyance. You tell me, I still feel it ringing. I cringe at the thought of having feedback in your own head. I've had my fair share of feedback as a DJ. It's never pretty, even after a few dozen times. It'll wear off, I guess. Heh, real reassuring. We eventually reached a roundabout near the structure, its golden aura emanating from the marble that it was built from. Benji turned to the empty lot behind the building. As this section of the venue is designated to staff, the attendees for the charity party would have no reason to be here. We're quick to find an empty space, getting the car to a nice snug position before Benji turns the engine off. Gotta load some stuff, Adrian. Come help? I nod as we both get out of the car. As I turn around, Oswald stands in front of me. His eyes, rather blank, point to the ground. Oswald? Something wrong? He takes a moment for my voice to register. His expression barely changes, with just a smidge of surprise from him. Sorry, I'll help with the gear. He quickly turns to Benji, lifting the door of the car's trunk as the raccoon meticulously takes all the equipment out. I guess that means I'm not needed there anymore. I take a bit to look at the parking lot as the two get ready. All of my stuff is either already on me or in my pockets, so there shouldn't be anything for me in the trunk. It's surprisingly a lot dimmer at the back than what the front of the building would imply, not to mention the lack of any people. Quite convenient to hide unwanted things. Or unwanted people. Adrian! Benji's voice catches my attention. I quickly jog back to the two as Oswald closes the trunk with an audible thump. Alright, Ray told me there's no back door, so we're just going to waltz in through the main entrance. Won't we stand out if we go in that way? Well, we stand out either way. Besides, there's some stairs to the side for staff to come in unnoticed. Chances are we'll get in without a hitch. Well, I can't deny the advice of the thief in the group. We walk towards the side of the venue, up a handicap ramp that leads to the staff entrance. Benji leads the way as he swipes a key card, probably counterfeit, to unlock the door, ushering us in before closing it behind us. As soon as we set foot in the venue, it's clear to me that I am out of my element here. It's all gaudy, clearly compensating for how crass people can be in these functions. Money can make people beautiful, but it can't make rotten things fresh. Worst of all, pretty much all the truth lies in what material they use to build in this place, leaving little to nothing for these people. Always so fake, without any of the heart. It's completely against how I approach people as a DJ. Oswald eyes the second floor where most of the well-dressed folk were headed. He taps Benji on the shoulder, signalling the supposed location of the party. He nods as he whispers something to the wolf, with me lagging behind the two. After their exchange, they pick up the pace, making me follow suit. Benji suddenly slows down, though, his pace matching mine. He looks me straight in the eyes and discreetly hands me a fake ID for the staff here. I quickly pin it to my jacket. Before I can pay attention to walking again, my foot suddenly stops at the first step of the stairs, nearly making me trip. A grip stops my descent, however. Benji's grip. The thief's deft hands quickly picking me back up and brushing me off. I give him a nod. We're interrupted by Benji's attention shifting to the people behind us, with less than pleasant expressions on their faces. They weren't just eyeing us, no. They weren't interested in my blunder at all. They, instead, seemed to be completely focused on Benji, quickly talking amongst themselves after observing every square inch of him before going up the stairs. I look to his direction. His expression is not one I've seen from him before. He's covering it up, but I can see that he's dejected, disheartened. Benji, we're lagging behind. Oswald's already on the second floor. Benji quickly fixes himself up before practically sprinting up the stairs towards the wolf. I hastily follow suit, the view of this charity event rapidly becoming clear as day for me. Glittery dresses and sparkling drinks, endless chatter mixed into a cacophony of mindless complaints and gossip. Slow, classy, yet aged music. These set the tone as socialites are known for. It's always felt so foreign, it's so familiar. How many parties have I been to that are exactly like this? Oswald disappeared among the crowds of entrepreneurs, investors, and people with money to wave around. That leaves me with Benji, whose mood's only worsen the deeper we go. His ears start twitching and leaning in certain places, as if he's listening to all the garbage these people are spewing. I guess it's worth a shot to take a listen. How repulsive. Be careful, darling, he might bump into you. Who let him in? Voices accompany glares, all darting towards Benji. A noticeable gap formed around him, his body visibly becoming more and more tense, his shoulders twisting inwards as his hand shook in his own restraint. Then a large, haughty voice pierces through all the whispers of the guests, catching my and Benji's attention. A raccoon? How nostalgic! I used to own one of those little buggers. He gave us quite a sight with his performances on the rink. Oh, glad that there are some good gems among the rough. Benji's growling, low but audible under his breath, and he suddenly starts to turn around as I shift my focus back on him. In that split second I saw it for the very first time, his pure, unveiling anger. Glimpses of it came up with Ellie, but this... It's as if he's lost his composure in that single moment, as if he's lost any sense of reason, his level-headedness replaced with the desire for the noise to stop, to make it stop. In that split second I quickly anchored myself in place, stopping his advance to a screeching halt. Benji. 1,000 words float in my head, and yet that's the only thing I could say. The only thing I can say. This isn't Benji. I can feel it. This is the part of him that these people thrust onto him. Stifled anger created by the weight of the past. That's what it was. All I can wish for is that he can come to his senses before he hurts himself in his anger. He looks at me before reassessing his surroundings, wide-eyed. He clears his throat, his eyes turning glassy-eyed before he recomposes himself. I'm fine. Come on, we need to find Oz. He turns back towards the stage, but in that same motion he grasps my hand firmly yet discreetly. His grasp. He's still trembling. Whether it's from some lingering anger or something else. I can't tell any more from his steeled expression. Deep down, though, I can understand what he's telling me. I need you right now to keep me calm. And so we kept walking. The people didn't stop talking about Benji. For as long as I hold his hand, he won't lose control anymore. He needed me. And that feeling, it's something else. Something foreign, yet familiar at the same time. Benji and I quickly stride through the crowd, hand in hand, as Oswald's tall figure comes into view. He stands in an awkward distance to the side of the stage, where a bar is set up connected to said stage. A bartender is making small talk with the wolf, and the raccoon's ears perk up. Finally. The bartender was a bull. His face a bit familiar, though I can't quite place it on my own. His name should be Ray, Benji's contact, they told us in our briefing. I follow Benji's lead as the raccoon ushers me to the other side of the bar, sitting on one of the booths. What'll you two fine gents be having? We'll be having your finest bottle of Shimmering Atlas, my friend. Shimmering Atlas? Quite an obscure blend. A connoisseur? As a casual partaker. Ray glances my way, locking eyes with me as he does so. Give my fellow staff here for inconveniencing you. He was running late and must have gotten lost on the way. That's no bother at all. Now, the Shimmering Atlas. Right away, sir. We don't have them at our reserve, however. We have them at the back, though, if you and your friend would like to accompany me to them. That would be best. Come, my friend. He signals Oswald to follow, the wolf half-heartedly following as he gazes at me. He gives me a stern look, followed by a nod. I respond likewise, the three disappear into a door close to the bar. Suddenly Benji's voice echoes through my mind, muting out the mindless chatter around me. Alright, I got Ray on the line. Found a possible escape route for us to use when we get out. Ray made sure to clear us a path for tonight. It's the one place where the blind spot from the surveillance points. Benji's right. Get all in easy out. No resistance. Especially when you guys stir up some trouble. Good. Account for anything. Adrian, you copy? Yes. What is it, Ray? I'll be sending these folks their merry way. Heading to you now, so get your ass on the sound panel, got it? All right. I quickly make my way to said sound panel next to the bar, getting familiar with the equipment and my routine checks. Despite everything, at least this stays consistent with my job description. Adjusting sound levels, getting a feel for the acoustics. Surprisingly archaic tech for what I expected Uptown to have. Midtown's got better specs than this. Hell, I had better specs than this. Suddenly, someone taps my shoulder. Hey, puppy. Yeah. Chill, my guy. Just me. Oh, Ray, was it? Yep, and you're Adrian, right? I chuckle nervously, despite him looking rather friendly. I was never good at talking to strangers, especially if I was alone with them. Yeah, how'd you know who I am? I mean, I guess you wouldn't recognize me, but I saw your performance at the club. You're amazing out there. It's no wonder you're also part of Oz and Benji's group. That's not what happened, but... I clear my throat as it closes up, cutting me off. Just don't start me when I'm focused, okay? I needed to keep me going on this soundboard. Ray takes a moment to process it until it hits him. He smacks his forehead before backing away, back to his bar. Oh, right, sorry. He rummages under the bar before looking back at me. His expression shifts, however. His eyes dart into me and something or someone behind me. Shit, the White Lions. What? His mouth points behind me. I turn around to see a group of lions, all in rather dapper clothing, yet quite clearly armed. Shit, I knew they'd be here, but not this many. I shake my head in confusion. Excuse me, who are they now? A White Lions Crusade, private task force Eden Corp's employees, and, well, they mean business. Well, that complicates things for us. I activate my communicator, phoning in with Benji and Oswald. Guys, the White Lions Crusade is here, with more personnel on guard. I got it, Hotshot. Give us posted on the situation. Right. After dropping the call, I start scrolling through the system's available tracks. Nearly all of them were classic jazz or just straight-up classical tracks. No variety with it either. A lot of these would sound the same enough that people can ignore it, as if it doesn't exist at all. I mean, I guess I can pick this one? It's just another piano track with different chord progressions. Psst, Adrian. Yeah, Ray? A line's coming this way. I look at the direction of the White Lions. And indeed there is. He's rather lax and looked pretty bored. He was, otherwise, coming up to us intentionally. Yeah, what a pain in the ass, this event. Ray has visible sweat beads form as he clears his throat, recomposing himself. Yeah, hello, sir. Oh, what up? The lion looks back to the direction he came from before taking a seat in the booth. Mind if I sit? Not at all, sir. He blows his mane upwards, quickly getting comfortable leaning on the bar. Thanks. I swear I've had to hear those two crusty old geezers talk about getting a pedicure one more time is going to tear my fur out. Who are they, might I ask? The lion clicks his tongue towards two middle-aged women with champagne glasses, laughing at some discussion they're having. Oh, well, I'm glad to have assisted you, sir. He turns around as he blows a raspberry. What's all this sir bullshit? Just call me Diego, man. You're going to make me feel old. Whatever you say, Diego. Ray tries his best to form a smile, but it's clear that he's still irked by Diego's presence. To be honest, even I'm a bit wary of him being here with us. Thanks, you okay, bud? Look like you're about to keel over. Yeah, nothing at all, sir, just a bit intimidated. Ray does a wide motion with his hands. The lion blinks, straight in the bull's gaze towards his bicep, a visible muscle tense from Diego leaning on the bar. Oh, that's a pure bull. Just because all I'm wearing is a vest doesn't mean you get free pickings. I wasn't. The lion lets out a hearty laugh, loud enough to catch the attention of the people nearby. Careful me. I better point that muzzle of yours to a less obvious direction, then. Diego turns as he completely leans his whole weight onto the bar. He spots two young women passing by the bar, clicking his tongue as he flirtatiously growls at them, the women giggling to themselves in turn. Zabel, you know where a guy can schmooze out to some folks to get to those ladies? Yeah. Those two over there, their mothers. He points towards the two middle-aged women they were talking about earlier, much to Diego's chagrin. Right. No dice. As Diego mourns his lost opportunities with the ladies, the song I was playing on the system ends. As the next track plays, I start to readjust the equalization, slowly raising and lowering the knobs to get the perfect setting. As soon as I get it just right, however, a hand suddenly slams onto the table the sound panels are on, throwing my adjustment off. Hey, what? It's Diego. His hand was keeping me from talking to him directly. Wait, don't talk yet. No hints. His other free hand was smacking his forehead, as he was thinking something. It's certainly animated. Alright, got it. Lo-fi, synthwave, EDM. I'm sorry, what? Music genres, just kinda guessing, based on your whole look and vibe. I chuckle nervously as he scratches. He's a lion, yes, but he's actually pretty friendly. I'm sure he'd change his tune if he found out why I was really here, though. My mind starts to wander the thought of having to fight Diego. He's not malicious or some moustache-twirling villain as the name White Lions Crusade makes his members out to be. I can't just forget that if the situation goes wrong. What am I supposed to do? The snapping of fingers in front of my face brings me back to reality. Hey, you're spacing out. What? Oh, sorry. I quickly recall what he's talking about, snapping back to reality. Lo-fi synth country. Yes, 2 out of 3, baby. Better than my last try. The lion pumps his fist in victory, even though he didn't get all of it right. He extends his hand to the side of my sound panels, and I'm left there stunned. I'm Diego, but you probably already know that. I hesitate to shake his hand, even more so to reveal my name. Instead, I do an awkward attempt at a handshake, shaking it once and letting go immediately. Yep, Rose definitely gonna eat his words now. I knew I could mingle with the folks around these parties. As the lion celebrates to himself, someone else comes closing in onto the stage, a fennec based on those long ears and yellowish fur. Though, despite walking towards us, he wasn't getting any much taller than Diego, nor Ray for that matter. Heck, getting a closer look at him, I think I'm taller than him. The way he carries himself, though, it's definitely spelling out sophisticated or out of your league. Evening, gentlemen. I was made aware of a commotion coming from the stage area. I suppose I need not investigate for too long, though. Diego turns to the fennec, the lad's already eyeing the former from head to toe. You do understand you are an Eden Corpse charity ball, correct? In case your kind is still uninformed, we have strict decorum and conduct within these halls. Diego clicks his tongue in annoyance. What's that supposed to mean? The fennec scoffs in reply. To be blind to the debased manner in which you carry yourself is beyond me, though I'd expect no less from a lion. His tone lingers and sours upon the mention of the word lion, which ticks Diego off. What the hell do you think you are? His assailant is unfazed, chuckling under his covered muzzle. Ah, there's that defensive nature with a broken pride. It blinds you to the fact of the matter, a truth your naturally underdeveloped brain can comprehend. The hell you say to me? Diego squares up against the fennec, unflinching as he closes his eyes and shakes his head. Diego, that's enough. The voice was a low, commanding echo coming from the direction of the White Lions. The much more imposing line comes in between the two, pulling Diego back from the fennec. What the hell, Ro? I just gotta... The older lion growls at Diego, immediately silencing his protests. With a quick exhale, his expression softens, facing back towards the fennec. Forgive my staff their disruptive behaviours, Vayu. We do not mean to cause trouble to you or your esteemed guests. The fennec, Vayu, smiles softly to the lion. Expecting more from you, Roland. I'd have assumed you told all your guards, or necessary they may be, but who's given them a float here? I've done that to the best of my ability, but I cannot control the actions of all my lions, sir. Vayu clicks his tongue, shaking his head once more. I didn't ask for excuses. After all, decorations don't complain to their owners. This could be an uneventful night for your people, if you kept them in line better. Diego growls under his breath, but Roland grips him tight on the shoulder. This amuses the fennec, his smile turning to a grin. Enjoy the champagne, Roland. I, however, have a ball to host. Vayu turns his back on the two lions, disappearing into a crowd that quickly surrounds him. As soon as he disappears, Diego pulls away from Roland. Roland, what the hell? You didn't tell me the bastard was an asshole. I said, keep it down, Diego. I know how you feel, but you can't keep making trouble in a place like this. Making trouble? I was being myself and talking to other people like you told me. This is not the time and place, Diego. Not to mention how you carry yourself. Diego cuts him off, shaking his head before storming off back to the group of lions behind Roland. Diego! The younger lion ignores him, disappearing back to the corner the lions were assigned to stay in. Roland finally takes notice of me and immediately starts sweating bullets. Forgive us what you saw. He readjusts his glasses before walking back silently with the other lions. That was rough to watch. All of what that Vayu was talking about, belittling and demeaning Roland and Diego. Is this how Eden Corps treats their allies? The White Lions are probably a distinct group, but what have they gained from all that? A shitty thing to see, all that business. Ray suddenly interjects, leaning towards me from the corner end of the bar. You see, lions, wolves, raccoons, maybe from different sides. These people, they're all the same trash. Doesn't matter if you're with them or against them. You're going to get the shortest end of the damn stick if they can help it. When they can't. He looks towards the White Lions. I make you wish you just learned your place instead. And all that because of some census data the company dredged up and formed a society around. As soon as Ray finishes, my sound panels stop functioning. The controls are getting overwritten by the host of the ball. Vayu quickly jogs and climbs on top of the central stage, waving and greeting the guests. Attention, everybody. If I could have a moment of your valuable time, please. A hard-light mic connected to his person broadcasts his voice from the speakers of the hall, echoing from entrance to the end. On behalf of Her Eminence, Lady Evelyn Eden, I would like to thank you all for attending and contributing your wealth to the event and the charity. Though she herself may not be present at this time, I, the shooting star of Eden Corps, Vayu, have come in her place with all the love and gratitude she would have given you. The guests applaud the fennec with Vayu nodding to them. Now, as per the established programme for the event, we shall be conducting our culture exchange with Bayline City and Eden Island. Crowds scatter from the centre of the party as a hard-light projection forms on it, presenting Bayline City being approached by a floating island, Eden Island. Now, most of you are aware, but for those who brought their progeny to the ball, Her Eminence is not here, as she will arrive together with her paradise in the biennial event we call Eden's Reach. However, her kindness not only advancing our society with her technology, but in sharing her blessings in her absence or presence. She conducts cultural exchanges whenever she can, this ball being one of many. Vayu leaps high into the air, landing perfectly on the hard-light construction, shattering it from view. And, as host of this party, I have chosen as our cultural exchange, from us Edenites, the Edenite Waltz. If any fair maiden would come and share this dance with me, I would be most honoured. The crowd clamours and cheers and women of all ages gather, creating a smaller circle around the rest. Vayu takes the hand of a random young lady as they dance to new music, also controlled by the Fennec. He's effectively rendered me useless, just like the White Lions. As I stare at the ever-changing partners dancing with Vayu, I see Diego stand firm towards a post nearby. The crowd starts to distance themselves from the lion, and Vayu takes notice. Slowly starts twirling and turning with his partner closer to Diego, causing the lion to slowly panic. He tries to step out of the way, but as soon as he takes a step, Vayu's leg swoops over it, causing the lion to fall ungracefully forward, twisting his leg wrong in the process. I'd expect people to have the common decency to be concerned for such a dick move, the lion unable to pick himself up, but they just laugh. It takes two of his fellow lions to help him stand again, even though they're able-bodied people that just needed to assist, as that bastard Fennec waltzes away scot-free. This isn't just a matter of a lion's pride or whatever bullshit they're trying to spin. This isn't fair. None of it is. It made even more clear as Diego still limps a bit as he's made to sit on the booth, still writhing in pain. Fuck. I almost broke my damn leg. I can only focus on Diego as all manner of sounds erupt around me, slowly getting drowned out by a ringing in my ear. The last hints I can hear are the sound panels coming back up again, Vayu's voice followed by applause. My gaze sours as I see Ray's dejected look, Diego's pain, and the rest of the lions in their corner, feeling helpless, and a crowd of people clamouring for more. Is this really the world I've been living in? As this was happening, how's the perimeter, Oz? Footsteps in the distance. Might want to try speeding things up. How he works fast as this damn flash drive can clear through the bank's data per soft lock. Sorry if I'm too fucking slow, alright? Shh, someone's coming. 93, 95, 97. Got it. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, please don't hurt me. Shit, he's getting around the corner of the alarms. Oz! Got it. His body fucking triggered the alarms. We're gonna be in the dark soon. We can still make it out before Ox Power comes online. Come on. To be continued. There we go. That was the latest from Eden's Reach. Hope you enjoyed that one. It's definitely worth waiting for. And of course, once we get a new build out, we'll be coming back to this story. It's definitely one we'll be continuing with. And let's hope everyone makes it out okay from this party. Also coming up next week on the channel, we have a new series starting, which some of you may know what it is already, but if you don't, I'm going to save that till next week. You'll find out then. And of course, we still have the Tyson stuff for Password to work through. Bit behind on that. I was going to start work picking up all the scenes, recording them last week. Unfortunately, I got a cold, so I was slightly out of it for recording purposes last week. So I'm behind. I wanted to get it done by the end of the month, and it's like 2 days to go. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But March will definitely have those bits before we do the finale of Password, which won't be too much longer. It's going to be worth waiting for, trust me. That's all I have to say about the new stuff coming up. As always, I want to say thanks to all my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. You are very much appreciated, especially these days the way inflation is. And I appreciate the fact you're actually doing it when we're all in a bit of stress money-wise. Special mention goes out, as always, to my top patrons. They are Andy Peng, Samuto, Omar, Big Booty Judy, Nova Starburn, Mohammed Al-Zamil, Aaron Fox, Exact, Evan King, Marcus, Sindhu Dragowolf, Kopi, Spiderling, Grizz, Dissonance, Anubis Silverwind, Ida Corval, Tiger Cub, Brian Hall, Bastion, Arcascuton, Legacy Bucciarati, Gobers Vissa, Kartek, and Burnt Toast. And if you're interested, you can always go and check out my Patreon. I don't have too many special things for you, unfortunately, but yeah, if you want to check it out, go ahead, and I do appreciate all the support I get from you all. But that's really all I have to say here. I'm going to wrap this video up until probably next weekend with the new series. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.